Today on Twin J Racing, we discuss my 77 Ford F250 3/4 ton four-wheel drive that I picked up. So come along, follow along. We'll get into a little detail on it, at least what I know about it. So let's go. All right, everyone, welcome back to Twin J Racing. We are going to talk about my 77 F250 I picked up from my uncle. He had bought it, he enjoyed it for a little while. It had needed some work and he decided it was time to move on. So he wanted me to fix it and he was going to sell it. And I'm like, well, hey, if you're going to sell it, why don't you sell it to me? I want it. So the long and short of it is, well, let's get into what it actually is. It's a 1977 F250 four-wheel drive, Dana 44 front, Dana 60 rear. It's a great 50/50 truck. The bodywork is marginal on this thing. They sprayed it brown. It's a great, 50/50 truck, 20/20 truck, whatever analogy you want to use, but it's a great drive-by truck, not up close. You get up close, and I mean, you can pick the truck apart like anything else, but it's a fun driver. A lot of fun to drive. I mean, there's runs in the paint. Like I said, we could sit here and pick it apart. That door is nothing but mud. This fender here is Chinese and just thin as crap. But overall, it's a nice looking truck, and it's a lot of fun to drive. Like I said, my uncle had bought it and was enjoying driving it, and then he noticed it starting to leak oil, which we will get into that in a minute. And then he took it somewhere to have the oil leak figured out, and the rear end blew. And I'll throw some pictures in. The pin came out of the carrier, hit the pinion, and just destroyed everything in the rear end. So my brother helped me out, and we put a new posi unit in the back, a new ring and pinion, all new bearings, and all kinds of other fun stuff. So the rear end is completely new, all new brakes, drums, shoes, everything. I still have to change the rear brake hose. And like I said, overall, this truck is far from perfect, but it's a nice looking, nice driving truck. And so it's a fun truck to drive. Like I said, I've driven it a little bit here, a little bit there, and we're still working a few bugs out of it. What kills me is whoever painted it brown, orange interior. Didn't paint the inside of the cab at all. It's all still orange. But it is what some people do. Factory dashes, aftermarket gauges, which typical, good old hot rod stuff. I don't know, Browning shifter handle, I guess. It's not a shifter handle, it's from something else. But overall, I mean, there's some rust still in it. And I know that's all stuff that's going to have to be addressed someday, but right now it's just fun to drive. 400 modified Ford motor. My uncle, when he had it, the head gasket on this side, I believe it was this side, took a dump. And he had to have heads taken off, resurfaced, new head gasket. So that's all good. You can't see it, and I'm not crawling underneath the truck, but the oil pan, where the timing cover and everything is, which I know they didn't take off, but you can see through it and into the oil pan, so it leaks oil out of there. And that needs to be repaired yet. And then while I was working on it, I noticed the transmission fluid was leaking out of the side of the transmission case. On the C6, which is in this truck, is the C6, backed up by a 205 gear drive transfer case, which is the good one in my opinion. There's an adjusting band on the side of the transmission, or a nut that holds the adjusting band. They got a little neoprene seal on it. Well, the neoprene was all gone, so it was just leaking out. So $8 nut off of eBay and we fixed it. No more well, there's still transmission leaks, but not there. The front pump seal's leaking and a few other things. It just needs to be, in the plan this winter is to pull the motor, pull the trans and regasket. Go through, reseal the trans technically, regasket the motor. I probably won't pull the heads or anything off, but new oil pan, new rear main seal. Just seal everything up good. I mean, the motor's got some blow-by in it, but I really don't want to get into putting rings and pistons and all that fun stuff because it probably needs to be bored, and I'm just not down for all that. It runs really, really good. It just got a little bit of blow-by. So we're just going to keep it the way it is. But so that's kind of where we're at. This is my F250, like I said, 77. It's not a bad little truck. It's a nice little street truck. It's a lot of fun to drive. Thanks for watching. Share, like, subscribe, do all that stuff downstairs. It really helps the channel out. I appreciate it, and we'll catch you guys all in the next one.